Hey guys, so this video I'm going to be giving you a little tip on how you can make your tuts better. So this concept is threading. If you don't know what a thread is, it's pretty much you form a loop on your body, anywhere on your body, and then you just thread through, right? So like a needle and a thread, you're threading through. Now with this concept, you can do it a lot of different ways. So I like to use my hands, and I call this a hand thread. So the problem with this is if you're doing one arm, it's not a full circle, right? So you kind of have to make it an illusion of a thread. So you don't have a full circle there, so you have to kind of just work with what you got. From certain angles, like this, or like this, it does look a little bit more like a thread. So if you go through here, you can kind of get the idea that there's a loop there, right? So your hand can be placed in many different ways. You can have your hand facing up, like this. So you can thread through like this. And you can also have it upside down as well. So the benefit of that is, like, if you want to flip it, so this is the diagonal line, you can go like thread through, down, up, or you could like flip it over and come down like this and change that thread around just by flipping it. Another benefit is kind of like your directions and stuff. So it's like if you come straight up, I'll do it from the side so you can see, straight up, down, here. So my hand's actually going from this position to this position to this position, okay? So like this, 1, 2, 3. So your hand is actually moving around with the thread. So the next thing is pretty much like this, okay? So how do you tut with that? So what I want you to know is when you put your hands together like this, it forms a right angle. Obviously, like a right angle, but also your hands are in this position where if you do that kind of threading motion here, you can go like up, or you can come across. So you have two options here. You can go in and out this way, or you can go like this. The next thing you need to know about threading is when you come up, you can also come down with your elbow first. So you don't have to always enter with your hand. Your elbow can lead first through the thread like this. Or you could turn it around, like you can go down and then back up. Or you could do it the other way, hand first. Hand, boom, like that, okay? Pretty simple. The next is tracing with it. So we can use that concept to trace a tut. So again, it'll look like this, right? So we'll start with the elbow first, and we'll come up, and now we trace, and now we turn down and across. So now we've just drew a square shape just with a thread. So you can draw shapes, like here is a square, okay? Up, across, down, across. That's your square. Now, that's only my forearm. So you can actually trace in other parts of your body. You can trace this upper arm part as well, which I'll show you. So if you are doing a square motion here, okay, so once you get to here, you're not actually stuck. What you have to do is turn and come up like this, okay? So you can trace this part going up and down. It's not a very big motion. You look how small that motion is, but it does make a difference if you go here to here to here. So it's going from elbow to shoulder like that. Now, you're a little bit disconnected here. So how do you continue this thread going across to this part of your body now? You kind of have to cheat a little bit. So when we go from here, we kind of have to just grab the elbow just so we can thread through, right? It's a little bit of cheating, but it works. So that means you're going to have to do this at one point, right? You're going to have to go from here to here and use this motion. So boom, boom. Okay? So that's another thing, you can move that around. And what else can we do? The concept of threading with the upper arm, it can be done not just here. We can do it like this. We can go through, boom, boom. So it can be done in front, like this. It can be done down here. 1, 2, 3. So when we do this, actually, I will talk about this. When we swap arms, this is really confusing because our hand has to be on top like this. Otherwise, we're going to get stuck, right? If we go from here to here with our hand underneath, we can't thread because our hand's facing down now. So if you do want to go underneath, you kind of have to have your hand underneath like that, okay? And then that just looks weird. You see what I mean? It just looks weird. So if you want your hands in the same direction, I recommend when you swap arms like this, grab the top of your arm, come across and grab the top. And then this hand has to go underneath, right? So on top, underneath. And you'll see why, because when we do a motion like this, thread, down, and now we also want to be able to like go boom, 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 like that. We're going to have to swap arms at one point and put our hands on top like that. So again, with this concept of using upper arm, we can do it a few different ways, and we can use different angles as well, right? So we can do a motion like this, thread across, and now we can move the arm up here. We can move it around. We can also thread the upper arm. This is part of the upper arm, so we can thread here like this, above the head. So we can do this motion like this, but above the head, right? So, like I was saying, with threading, we have this motion here. We can also use this motion here. So it's like a hand grabs the elbow, right? Boom, 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 boom. So, okay. So we use that motion as well with the threads. And we're going to need that motion up at the top here, okay? So that's where we use this motion. Now, what else can you do with there? Legs. If you can use your arms, like here, you can also use legs as well. So not many people know you can throw with the legs like that, but you can. So I'll show you, for example, here, 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 down, grab the leg. Now you form this line, you can actually thread this line, right? But the line doesn't have to be there, the line can be turned. And now you can create this cool line that goes like straight down and across. So we can go thread the leg, thread the arm. We can also use this, like I was saying, it's a bit disconnected, so we have to reconnect it. We might have to grab the elbow here now, just so we can connect, right? And now we can reconnect that line again. So we have another thing we can do. When we get to a position like this, the knee, this is like the connecting point, right? Because our hands are joined like this, which means we can change direction. We can go down or we can go across. So when we're at this connecting point, we can also go straight across, right? And another way of doing threads is you don't have to always use these hand motions. There is another way we can also thread with tutting. It's now our hand is touching our knee. So we have a thread here. This is a thread, right? So if we're at a position like this, we can go all the way across. And now you see we got like this nice square shape, right? So this square shape is used in tutting quite a lot. Boom. So we can use this and start to thread with it, right? Okay. Nope. So we can use this motion, and yeah, slap the thread with it. Now, what else can you do from there? Another thread is like this with our head. So if you have a hat, it makes it a little bit easier. You can just grab the hat. If you don't have a hat, it's alright. You just use your hand like this and just kind of like cheat. So, I'll try and make this quick, but we can go like this. Straight down, straight across, and now we can grab our thread here. Lift this arm up, thread out, okay? So we can go thread through, thread out. I'll show you again. Thread, grab, boom. Okay? So make sure you're still using tutting angles with this. Make sure your angles are like straight when you do it, or squared, or right angles. The next thing we can do is we can take that a little bit lower on the ground. So if we're down here, we can also thread down here, okay? Now, another thing we can do. Maybe I'll use this arm to show you, right? So, down, across. Now we can connect the leg, right? So we can take it a little bit lower. We've got this nice right angle here. We can go boom, 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 boom. Okay, so we can keep threading with this motion, or we can go like this. We can go turn, boom, down, boom, boom, boom. Okay? And same thing, the leg here. We can use this upper leg as well. In a position like this, we can use this lower leg. Okay? So we can use this motion here. If it helps, you can go like this to create a thread, so you can kind of like join your hands together in different ways. We can do it like this, so with the thumbs touching, with the fingers touching, or we can do it kind of more like a circle shape like this as well. So we can do that, or we can have our thumbs, our fingers touching like this, so our thumbs are now creating like that shape. You'll see like this, thread, boom. Okay? So that's just another way you can thread with your legs. Because your legs are a lot thicker than your arms, you may have to widen that shape a little bit like this, or like this. So if you do want to get that nice thread shape, you might have to make it a little bit wider just by doing that. Now, another concept with the ground. Just to let you know, you can also do this as well. We can come down all the way on the ground like this. Hope I can see on the camera. But our leg can also be traced like this as well. So our leg can be flat on the ground, like that. We can use that with ground moves. Down, turn, now thread up, okay? So we can use it like that to connect as well. The next thing, if I've got enough time, it's a box thread. So when we're doing boxes with tutting as well, these boxes here can be used on our heads as well. So a nice little box thread I do is like this. And you just come over your head like that, okay? So over the head, on the side. So if we're doing it like this, we can turn all the way over. This is a little bit hard to do with a hat on, so I might be able to show you without a hat. We just pretty much form a box, turn the box to the side, and now the box is on the side. We have to be able to come over our head like this. And what we can do, we can also come back over this side, so we can flip sides. Once you're already over your head, the box can be turned two different ways. So it can go this way, it can go sideways, forwards. So it looks like this, it goes up, and then to the side. it'll go up to the side. So it'll go like this, and forwards, forwards, sideways, sideways. It's quite hard to do because your hands aren't really connected when you do it. If you were to have your hands joined, you won't fit over your head, okay? So you have to have your hands a little bit more separate and just give the illusion of a thread, right? So that's where the illusion comes from, is just kind of like creating a square. So you can like thread over, boom, like that. And that's just a cool little tip you can do to make your tutting better with threads. So trace these lines, the box shape, leg lines, okay? What we can also do is like this, for example, we can join our knee to our elbow. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and we can keep moving these lines across. Even from here, we can get onto the leg. Okay. So let's play around with that and see what we can come up with, and I hope that helps. Peace.